something happened at the Quiet Woman, and we find out that they were filming for the Ultimate Girls Trip at the Quiet Woman, and there was a sit-down dinner, and Shannon said Tamra was really trying to stir the pot, and I was starting to be questioned about my inability to move on. Tamra said, well, she pissed me off, and then all of a sudden I lost it, and I said, you know what? No, you're the drunk. And I guess Heather was there when this was all going down. Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
We are here talking about Real Housewives of Orange County, Season 20. But before we get into that, we're going to do our call to action. Please head over to YouTube and hit subscribe if you have not. And follow us on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. If you could really go to Instagram, we are still really low on Instagram followers, and I have no idea why. I don't know why people on Instagram are not following us. So please head over there. I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
So finally, we've been waiting for OC to come back. And the name of this one is Old Friends, New Era. Yeah, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
We start out 2006. Life is different in Orange County, and they give us like a few little clips of what it was back then when it first started. The boobs, the tummy tuck, the handbags, the G-Wagon. It wasn't just a place to live; it was a lifestyle. I like
So,
that
you know
Vicki was.
what's interesting? It's 20 years since the first season, and it's the 20th season. So they have consistently put a season out every year.
Yes, yeah,
That's
they
pretty
have.
good. I mean,
It
I'm sure
is.
there's more than one, but
No,
that's
I don't think
pretty
they do.
interesting.
I think they have done a season a year. I mean, OC is actually one of the ones that's really never been on pause per se, you know?
No.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
We see Vicky's on in her car on the phone talking to Gina, saying that she can't believe that it's been 20 years. And like I said, they flash back to a bunch of scenes from the beginning, and the OG of the OC is back, which I'm happy Vicky's back. I really am. I like
Me too.
Vicky. I'm glad she's back. She brings good energy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad she's back. I thought it
I
was
am
interesting,
too.
though. The first scene is in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and Vicky's sitting on the beach, and Shannon comes up to meet her, and obviously Shannon's complaining about how hot the beach sand is, but I was surprised that she started out in Mexico.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, she
I was
couldn't
very
leave.
shocked. I know. Did you have any idea she was trying to do this? Like, I had no idea.
No. No. But when she said she might not be back for Heather's party, it's like, oh, well, now we know why her season started in Mexico. I mean, plus it's not a terrible thing to flex the fact that you own a home in Mexico either, you know?
No, it's not. It's not. I thought that was interesting, though.
Yeah.
Vicky's talking to Shannon, and she's like, "What? You got to come move down here." Like, you know, Shannon's like, "Well, this is like a vacation, but you seem better down here, Vicky." She's like, "Yeah, I'm so much later down here. Like, I still work, but it's different."
Yeah, she says
And
she's
I
still
do
working
think
10
that
to 12 hours a day.
I know she is a workaholic, though. She really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. I mean, when it's your business, you might not have a choice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think she does have a choice because I think her son Michael is a big, I think what is he, like her senior VP? I think he does a lot of work, but she just likes to be involved.
Yeah. Yeah.
She says her and her boyfriend Mike primarily live in Costa de Casa, but they also go between her place in La Quinta and Mexico, Puerto Vallarta. Shannon asks if they can bring if she could bring her dogs to come down, and Vicky's like, "Oh no, we're not bringing dogs down here."
Mm-mm.
What about the people coming to rub her feet on the beach? How nice was
Yeah, I
that?
didn't know what that was. I'm like, "What are they gonna do?" Like, I'm like, "Are they gonna give them a pedicure? Like, what are we doing here?" And then they just started rubbing their feet, but I was like, "That's
Yeah.
nice." I feel
Yeah,
like
that would be
we have
nice,
that
right?
service here at the Jersey Shore.
I would like it, right? I would like that.
Mhm.
And then they get off the beach, and of course, as they're getting off the beach, they have to fall just because that's who they are.
They didn't
I
really
heard
fall. You saw that, right? They were
Or they didn't?
perfectly fine, and one of them, like, threw themselves down and fell into the other one. They were perfectly fine.
They fooled me. I was here for the fall. I was like, "Okay, they fell, but they got back up."
It was a failed staged fall.
Okay.
I mean, and listen, I was a defender of Shannon last year where people were saying that about her. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
they really think it's just her. But in this situation, I believe it was a
It was
staged fall.
staged. Listen, it could have been. It could have been, but listen, I thought it was quirky and funny. I do know that beach
Yeah.
sand is hot, especially,
Well, yeah.
when you're in Mexico or in, Florida, South Florida. That beach sand's hot.
Hmm. Yes, yes, yes.
Even in Jersey, it's hot, actually.
We were in Brigantine one year for the 4th of July, and you couldn't, like, going from the water back to your chair. It was
Yeah, it's
horrific.
hot.
Yep.
It's hot. So back in the OC, Heather is with Gina and Tamra, and they are dyeing scarves. I thought it was funny when Tamra said, "The only thing I could think of is that Heather saw the scarf making on TikTok because she's obsessed with TikTok." And
Yes.
I laughed because she admitted that's where she saw it. I was like, that looks like a fun thing to do. So Heather, Gina, and Tamra toast to Heather, and they asked Tamra if she's here to burn it down this season. And she's like, nope, nope. Gina admits, I feel like I didn't support you last season as much as I could have, and I feel bad about that, which is just
Can't
her,
believe
like, her
I
ass
can't.
kissing.
It's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. And Tamra did say she was gonna burn it down on Jeff Lewis Live. We all heard it. Like,
Yeah.
what is Gina doing?
But she said, the opening scene, she said she's not doing that.
Right.
And Heather's, seems to feel like, she shouldn't have felt left out. But Tamara's like, well, after the reunion, you guys all took a picture of the group, and I wasn't even in the picture. And I guess Heather didn't even realize that. Like,
Yeah, I mean, grow the fuck up, Tamra. If you see them taking a picture and you wanna be in the picture, walk over to the picture. Like, what are you in middle school? You need an invitation to get in the picture? She's already bothering me if you haven't noticed.
no, I have. I have. I hope it's not going to be a whole season of her bothering you, though.
Yeah, me too.
Then Heather brings up that, you go on that radio show and you put me in the bucket with everybody. And she's referring to the Jeff Lewis show where Tamara said, I felt like nobody supported me. So Tamara's like, okay, do you want me to take you out of the bucket? Okay, I'll take you out of the bucket. And she has like crudité and she takes a carrot and takes her out of the bucket. And Gina's like, well, I don't want to be in that bucket either. So she takes something else and she's like, okay, you're out of the bucket too. I'm like, okay.
I'll tell you what I'm not gonna be able to handle is another season of Tamra and Heather wondering if they're really friends. Is this a true friendship? Is this a true friendship? Every season they're on together, this is what we go through. No, it's not. I'm
Yeah.
here to tell you this is not a true friendship. You're getting paid to hang out 3 months out of the year. I bet you don't think about nor speak to each other the other 9 months of the year. But right,
Yeah.
every season they're on
Yeah.
together, this comes up.
This is what comes up. You know what is a true friendship? I will tell you what's a true friendship. Gina and Emily is a true friendship.
Totally agree.
Shannon and Vicki, that's a true friendship.
I don't think
I think that's
anybody's truly friends with Tamra. I don't think Tamra knows how to be a friend.
well, that could be it. That could
Yeah,
be it. That could be it.
right. I don't think Heather has a true friendship with any of them because she considers herself on a higher plane than the rest of them. And it seems to be okay with all of them, honestly.
It does. It does seem to be
Right?
okay with all of them.
Yeah. But Emily said that she was very good when she needs parenting advice, which I could see her being very good. But I don't think Heather talks to anybody the 9 months out of the year that they're not filming. I'm throwing 3 months and 9 months out there. But
Yeah.
I don't think Heather speaks to any of them in the off season.
I don't think so either, to be quite honest with you. Not regularly, not like they're, hanging out together. I think you're right.
Like maybe when the buzz comes out that the show's coming back and contracts start flowing, then maybe she
Yeah.
gets in touch with people and is like, "Hey, how you doing? Looks like we're going to be hanging out again."
Yeah. Yeah. So then she brings up that there's something happened at the Quiet Woman, and we find out that they were filming for the Ultimate Girls Trip at the Quiet Woman, and there was a sit-down dinner, and Shannon said Tamra was really trying to stir the pot. And I was starting to be questioned about my inability to move on. Tamara said, "Well, she pissed me off." And I said, "You're a mess. You can't get a man and you don't own a house." And Shannon's like, and then all of a sudden I lost it. And I said, "You know what? No, you're the drunk." And I guess Heather was there when this was all going down. And she's like, "Yeah, it was very embarrassing. Like even the other housewives were there because it was the ultimate girls trip." And listen, we heard that something happened in the filming of the ultimate girls trip in OC that
Yeah, but think
led.
about the girls who were on this ultimate girls trip. Heather says the other wives said it was horrible and they've never seen anything like it. Teresa has flipped a table. Portia has done drag Kenya off the couch at a reunion. Think about the women who are supposedly saying they've never seen anything like this.
Yeah.
No flippin' way. No way. Wait,
Yeah,
real
listen.
quick, what about Gina talking about her engagement ring? That Travis worked with a jeweler to design a prototype to make Gina the ring to make sure she liked it. Listen,
Hysterical.
I don't have a, not that it matters what I think, but I don't have a problem when people have a fake ring. Like,
No,
God
it's
bless
your
you.
ring. You do you.
It's,
Right.
exactly. Exactly.
I don't know that I
So
would have explained it to people, but,
I definitely would not have, unless she thought somebody else was going to bring it up. So she wanted to get ahead of the situation. That's the only thing I was thinking. Because, yeah, why would you even say it? Not that it doesn't matter, though.
yeah, like, what does it matter? Like, it's his symbol to you. You like it. You're happy with it. Who cares?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
That's it. And,
Yeah.
listen, I don't think it's a bad idea. Maybe you do wear the prototype for a little bit and you decide, you know what? Maybe you want it set differently. Maybe it's too high. Maybe it's catching on things. Maybe you don't love it. So what better way than to have a prototype
Or maybe you're just smart to not spend all that money on a piece of jewelry
on a
that could
ring?
get lost.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's that too. So Heather brings up, like, I don't know why it had to go there between, Tamra and Shannon. And she's like, it affects all of us. Like when Tamra and Shannon have a problem with each other, and it does, it affects the whole group. I mean, when you have a small group of women like this, when two of them are at each other's throats, it's going to be a problem, right?
Yes.
So Gina's like, listen, I think we're at the point where you just need to understand that you're not gonna get the apology that you're looking for, and you just need to move on. Just coexist with
Or
each
that you
other.
deserve.
Right. Well, I don't
Tamara
think
doesn't
that Tamara
deserve an
deserves
apology
it.
from Shannon.
Right.
Absolutely
No,
not.
I don't think she deserves one.
You dragged her through the mud when she came back after her DUI that she acknowledged, took accountability for, did all the things she had to do to earn back her privileges to drive. And
Yeah.
Shannon did everything the right way, especially compared to Karen Huger, let's face it.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah. And she
and
owned her
Tamara
part in it.
still tried to hammer it. You're a drunk. You're a drunk. You're a drunk. I mean,
No, I
I
agree.
would never talk to her again. But I guess if you want a paycheck, you're kind of forced to.
Yeah. So then we see back in Mexico, Vicki and Shannon are going out to dinner, and they're in the car ride over there. And Vicki looks at Shannon. She's like, "Do you have an extra padded bra on?" Shannon's like, "Why? Yeah, I do. Are they too high?" And Vicki's like, "Yeah." She's like, "All right, well, now I'm self-conscious." Like those two. They really,
I mean, how many
they
padded
really,
bras can you wear at once? Or
I
was there
don't know.
extra padding in the bra? Maybe
I think
that's
it was
what it
like pushing
was.
it up further than they normally are. Listen, the two of them, they remind me of Lucy and Ethel, and I like it. I'm here for it. I am,
They're a good duo. I like
right?
Shannon and Vicki together. Yes.
So we find out that Vicki's been struggling with her knee for the last few months because she hired a personal trainer because, she wants to be skinnier and more fit. And he put too much weight on her one leg press and her knee popped. So
It
now
was all the
she's like
trainer's
struggling.
fault.
Yes. Well, of course.
I'm like, oh, she blamed the trainer.
But it was so funny when they walk into Andale and everybody, of course, knows Vicki and they're like waiting for her. And Vicki said people go in there looking for her, like even when she's not in like Puerto Vallarta. Like, I mean, listen, if I went there, I'd go looking for her too. Wouldn't you?
Absolutely. I
Right.
loved when she said, I tried to buy into the business. And the
Yep.
owner was like, no, we're good.
She's like, I put you on a map.
Which I'm sure she did. I don't typically like it when people say that, but
She
I'm sure
absolutely
she
put you on the
did.
map. She
Yeah.
100% did.
Yeah.
Michael meets her there and she lets us know that he actually fills her emotional love tank. And I love that she has him. I mean, they look like, we just saw him for half a moment, but
Yeah.
they look like a good couple together.
Yeah, they do. Did you see I didn't watch her on Watch What Happens Live, but I saw clips and Andy was doing like, "Do you regret it?" And it came to her vow renewal with Don, and she was like, "No, I absolutely do not regret that. That was like our last ditch effort in our marriage."
Yeah.
I was like,
I know.
"Man, I
I
wish they could
know.
have worked it out." I love Don.
There was only I don't remember what the other one, but there was only 2 things that she didn't regret, and that was one of them. Michael was also there in the Oprah chair, and, like, he was there when Andy at BravoCon gave Vicki her orange and, invited her back to season 20, and he was, shocked. Obviously, Vicki was shocked, like, they didn't know that that was coming, and Vicki was like, "Yeah, he was a little
She didn't
hesitant."
know?
No, she did not know. They
Oh, I
were
didn't
really
know that.
shocked. No, she was really surprised, and Michael is, not a public person, and, Andy's like, "Well, how did you feel about that?" He's like, "Well, it's not really my thing, but I know how happy that this makes her, so, I'm here to support her," which I think is
Yeah.
really nice.
Very nice. Very, very
Yeah.
nice.
Then we see Emily and Jen meet up for dinner. Okay, what are your thoughts about Emily? Listen, I don't like to talk about people's bodies or body shaming or any of that. But with Emily, it's been a topic that's been almost every season it's been brought up about her body, right?
Yes.
I mean, I hate to say this, but I just think she looks too thin. I just think she looks too thin. I know that she's working out in the gym every day. I know that she said she did the semi-glutides, which is fine. Like, you know what? If she's obviously eating healthy, but I am concerned. I am
But she's
concerned.
also admit to liposuction. Like
Yes.
she's
Yes.
doing everything. She's doing the
Mhm.
semaglutide. She's working out I think she says twice a day. So you have to probably assume she's probably working out 2 hours each time, 4 times a day, 4 hours a day.
Oh
Semaglutide,
my
working
gosh.
out 4 hours a day, plus get like I said, liposuction and ordering a bowl of chicken when she's out to dinner. So, I don't like to comment on it either. I totally agree with you because I always think to myself, these women, listen, we've met Danielle Cabral and Melissa Gorga in person. Now they look normal size on TV. When you see them in person, they are tiny. They are shorter than us, maybe not shorter than you, but shorter than us, and
Right.
they are tiny. I'm telling you, Melissa is probably, if you looked at us side by side, she's half the width of me. Like,
And
no
Rachel
joke.
Fuda. We've met Rachel
And Rachel,
Fuda.
I mean, Rachel's taller,
Actually,
but yeah, I'm just saying who
tiny. They're
we've met
tiny.
in person. So when I see Emily on camera and she looks that tiny on camera,
Yes.
it
I'm
scares
just
me.
concerned. I'm just concerned for
I
her,
agree.
and I'm just she said it's her therapy, and I get that. I know that for some people, gym is their therapy, and she was working out, and she was worried about her because she was going through a breakup, and she was comparing it to herself when she went through the breakup. Not that she's going through a breakup, but I feel like she's overcompensating for something, and I'm worried about her. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
That's all I'm saying.
here's another thing, and I'm not putting blame on her because as a mother, I'm sure she's putting enough blame on herself. But
Definitely.
if she's making any kind of comments about her diet or her weight, or she's saying her son has an eating disorder. Now, it could
Yes.
have nothing to do with anything. It could just be because of this pandas. I mean, this pandas does present itself like very similarly. So,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, when your child has an eating disorder or any type of disordered eating, doesn't have to be a body image thing, any type of
Mhm.
disordered eating, you can't talk about food. You can't talk about food. You can't talk about weight. You can't. That's it.
Yeah. I know. Listen,
But I'm not
I'm not
putting any
judging her.
blame on her because I'm sure she
No,
puts enough
I'm
blame
not.
on herself.
I'm not
And
judging her. I'm not
right.
body shaming her. I'm not mom shaming her. We all agree that it's difficult to be a mom. I mean, I imagine it's difficult to be on TV. And as someone myself that has struggled with weight my entire life, and I've gone up and I've gone down, and I get it. I mean, I totally get it. Like, maybe we need to sit down and talk about it. That's all. That's just, and that's not to say they haven't. Maybe somebody has. Maybe somebody has. Then
But
Jen is talking about
did you
Grayson.
notice? I'm sorry, real quick. Did you notice
That's
when they
okay.
see each other, all they say to each other is like, "Oh my God, you look so good. Oh my God, you look so skinny. Oh my God, what?" I think it's a very Orange County thing.
I think it's a Housewives thing, to be honest with you. I think every time we see Housewives greet each other, they all do the same thing. They all do.
Yeah, but it's very Orange County to, I don't know.
I
I don't
know.
know.
Especially when Tamra sees Emily, which we'll get to later on in this episode, like Tamra's like. So anyway, Jen's talking about Grayson, how he got pulled over the other day for speeding, and Emily's like, "Well, how fast was he going?" She's like, 105. I'm like, "Oh." And she says, "Listen, I lost my mind inappropriately. I was cursing." Emily's like, "Well, because you were scared." And we get that. Like, as a parent, like, if
Mhm.
my son got a ticket for going 105, I would freak out on him too.
Yeah, well, we just had a horrific accident happen in our town because of something similar,
Yeah, yeah, speeding is
you
a
know?
serious thing. Jen said, "Have you talked to anybody else?" And she said, "Yeah, she talked to Shannon." Emily said she hasn't talked to Tamara since BravoCon, and she said she looked at her and she was pissed. And Emily said, "The last time I saw you was at the reunion and you shit all over my podcast," which she did. She did. Jen said Heather and I are really moving forward with our relationship, and you know, I really like that she invited us out to dinner. So we find out that, Jen went out to dinner with Heather, which I thought was very nice, right? And
Mhm.
it looks like that they are moving forward in the relationship, but then later on in the episode, I'm like, what's Jen, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, yeah. We'll probably never see Jen again after this season now because we know how fancy pants can get people off the show. We
Yeah,
saw what
I
happened to
just
Katie
don't.
Janela. She never bounced
Right.
back
And
from that paparazzi story.
I mean, I don't know that that was ultimately it, but I mean, I don't honestly, I don't like what she did to Katie Gianella, and Katie's been out and about talking, and that's the only friendship that she's really heard about because they really were friends, and she just dumped her because of the show, which I think is
Jennifer.
crappy. I think it's yeah, Jen
Absolutely.
Pedranti. Yeah, I think it's a crappy
Mhm.
thing to do. And again, the whole Jeff Lewis thing comes up again. This is something I'm a little bit annoyed about. Like, this is the first episode, and we've already had Jeff Lewis's name come up twice. Like,
And
does he
here's the
wanna be
thing.
a part of OC? Does he wanna be on the
Right.
cast?
So I understand that he has a friendship with Shannon,
Right.
but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about what these women have said on his podcast.
Mhm.
I don't want that. Like, tell these housewives to shut the fuck up when they go on podcasts because we want to watch the show. We want to see how the season plays out. And then I don't want to see in the off season you go talk shit about your friend on a podcast. And then we got to hear about it the whole next season. I don't like that.
Yeah. I don't either. Yeah, I don't either. I mean, when Jen is talking to Emily, she said that she believes that Heather and Tamara's friendship is genuine. And Emily's like, "Well, I don't think so." And Jen also mentions after the reunion, they all went out to dinner and Tamara wasn't there. Again, she wasn't in the picture. She didn't go out to dinner. And she said Heather was definitely leading the charge about all the negative talk about Tamara.
Listen,
So,
everybody had a good reason not to invite Tamara to the after party, whatever, to the dinner after the
yeah,
reunion. Tamara had a horrible, horrible season last season. The last 2 seasons. Because wasn't it
I
2
agree.
seasons ago she was dragging Shannon for "You're a
Yes.
drunk, you're a
She was
drunk." That was
dragging
2 seasons ago.
that was 2 seasons ago, and then the other problem was when last season when she found out that Teddy was sick, which I get that, like, that makes sense, but you were still
Yes.
right. You were still acting a
Right.
fool.
Last year, it was Gretchen.
Right, it was Gretchen and Teddy. Right. But she said it was interesting to find out that the very next day after the reunion, Heather called to check on Tamra. So she's dragging her at the dinner, and the next day she calls to check on her. So then the next thing we
And Jen
see is
says
Tamra.
it's two-faced.
Right, right. But you just got done telling Emily you were, really making waves with Heather, and you're really glad that she's, bringing you in. Well, how do you think she's gonna feel about this, Jen? Like, are you really thinking about it? I don't think you are.
I don't think so.
Then at Tamra's house, we see she's there with Sophie and Eddie. And so Tamra and Sophia have their own podcast. They just started it. It's called "The Orange Fell from the Not Fell Off the Tree" or something about that. They're going to be doing it once a month. Sophia's moving to New York, I believe.
She is?
And yes, and when she's in the house, she's like picking out things that she's going to take with her. That's what they're doing in the kitchen when she's talking there.
No, she's not moving to New York yet. Because she said she's just moving into an apartment. She's going to finish her degree in the OC, and she's moving into an apartment. I thought you meant she's moving to New York now.
She is moving to New York now. So
Good for
I thought,
her.
yeah. No, she is moving to New York now. So I guess we'll see how it plays out. But Tamra and Sophia said that she did film a lot this season, so we may or may
That's
not
good
see her.
because I like scenes of Tamra with her daughter, so I'm happy to hear that.
Yes, I am too. And her daughter has, I guess, aspirations to possibly be on one of the next gens, whether it's New York or LA. And again,
She's
I
actually
think,
come out and said that.
yeah, oh yeah. I mean, a lot of them have. I mean, Nick said it. I mean, we're going to see that later with Heather. Heather's son Nick said it.
Yeah, I have a suspicion that show's not going to make it next gen, and I'll tell you why.
I think you're wrong.
um,
That's okay. I think you're wrong. I know you think it's not going to make it
Because I think the Bravo demographic is our age, and they're just so young to watch.
but that's the thing. The Bravo demographic isn't just our age because if you saw like Peacock, right? Love Island is Peacock.
Yes.
And that is not our age. And the next generation is a demographic that is popular, not for Housewives, but for doing what it is they do. I mean, in the latest episode, I think it was of Next Gen, Gia was talking about paying to go into a party, and she specifically said the only place I would pay is to go to a party was the $75 fast pass at Parker House. So I know, but what I'm saying is there's a market out there for this. I think there's a market, and I think the next generation is smart. I think they watch their parents screw this up, to be honest with you.
Well, that's
And
true.
I think the next generation is smart. I think they're educated. I think they've gone to college. I think that they've known social media their whole lives. They grew up with a phone in their hand.
Right.
I'm telling you, I think
Right.
it's going to work. I think it's going to be successful.
All right, we'll see.
Next thing we see is Emily's interacting with her daughter, Annabelle. Emily says that she is a feral child, like she was raised by wolves and dropped off on our porch. I am sure Annabelle is going to resent that one day when she hears that.
Annabelle seems a little bitchy. I'm not gonna lie, dude.
You know, she's a teenage girl.
I know,
mean,
and I'm just saying, she does seem like that. I didn't have that girl teenager. I know girl teenagers that were like that, but she seems like one of those girl teenagers.
yeah, I mean, she's a cheerleader.
Maybe
She's
bitchy
a
is not
cheerleader.
a bitch, but a
She-
bit bitchy.
She's a cheerleader. Does that say it all for you?
Mean.
I mean,
Maybe.
listen,
Maybe.
I don't have any girls, so
Right.
I'm just going
Right.
by what I think. So back at Jen Pedrante's house, they find out how much Grayson's speeding ticket is for going 105 miles an hour. Were you shocked by the amount?
I was shocked by the amount.
You were. I don't know if I was or not. So it's $700.
I mean, I have to be honest with you. Is it $700 just for the ticket, or is it $700 with I don't. Yeah,
I think it's just for the
I
ticket.
mean, a
think it's for
speeding
the
ticket's a
ticket.
speeding ticket. Does it go by how much
Well, it
over
goes
the
by-
limit you're going?
Yes.
Oh, it does.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So
no,
then
it
I'm
does.
really not
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah, no, it does go by how much over the limit you're going.
Okay.
Shannon's out with Troy and Archie. Troy is the new puppy she got because the psychic said that Archie needed a friend. So now it's a disaster. It's just a disaster. And she's talking to Stella, who is a junior in Paris, and she's probably going to stay there after she graduates. And I think that,
Yeah.
by the way, I think Shannon's daughters are living their best lives.
Yes,
I do.
absolutely. Now, her oldest daughter is not on Next Gen, right? But lives in
No.
New York.
Correct. She does live in New York. No, she's not. None of her kids are on Next Gen. No.
See, and Tamra's daughter to me and Shannon's daughter, they just seem too normal to be on that show personally. I think that Tamra's daughter, Sophia, is such a lovely, nice, normal young lady, and same with Shannon's oldest. I can't see them fitting in with those people on Next Gen. I think they're all just trying to be, I don't know. But what do I know?
I don't know. Next thing we see is Shannon. She's talking about how she loves living in Corona del Mar. She loves that it's like a little community. She can walk everywhere. She's like, you can't put a price on that. And then we see that her rent is $10,500 a month. That is a big price. That is a big price.
That's a big nut, man.
Right. Back in Puerto Vallarta, we find out that Vicki's working on getting her residency there, and she can't leave until she gets her residency card, and she's not sure when that's going to happen, but her brother Billy is there visiting. Well, her brother Billy was on Watch What Happens Live. He was the bartender, and it was funny because Andy's like, "Oh, Billy, like, we're great, happy to see you. Are you single?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm single." And Vicki's like, "He's in a committed relationship until they start fighting, and then he's not." And I was like,
My God. Well, I
yes.
was thinking about it when because remember that woman who said, like, to Shannon, like, did you, whatever she said, she was clearly drunk, like, when she brought up David's affair. Remember they were at that white party and she was like, did you? Blah, blah, blah," and Vicki, like, lost her shit. Or Shannon lost her shit. But I was thinking, like, oh, I guess that didn't work out. But I'm not sorry to say it because she was a mess, that woman.
Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised that Vicki threw her brother under the bus like that. Watch
Yeah.
What Happens Live.
Well, it's funny what she said, how she doesn't want Michael to wind up like him. I thought Michael was engaged.
No, I don't
But I
think
guess
he I
not.
mean, and isn't he's living in Spain, right? Didn't she say he's living in Spain?
Well, how the hell is he running her business from Spain?
'Cause you can do this is a virtual world we live in,
I know,
Cal.
but
You
isn't
don't
there like a time difference? Well, I guess my sister has clients all over the world, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Huh.
yeah. So we see Gina's at her house, with Travis, and her mom is there. Her mom's leaving shortly, like, she was there visiting. The real estate is going very well. Obviously, we see the ring, and we find out that Travis has full custody of his children, although they're still actively in court. I
Yeah,
feel
how
so
about
bad for her
that
about this.
though?
That's a lot. I mean, this has been going on for years now, for years.
How about him having full custody though?
Well, that says something right there.
I totally agree.
Yeah. And then she's talking to her mom about, like, when she gets married, like, what is she going to do about her last name? Because she kept her last name when she got, divorced because she wanted to have the same name as her kids. But, you know, Travis doesn't want her to be married to him and have some other man's last name. And her mom's like, well, maybe you hyphenate it. And she's like, like, it's just too many letters. And I agree. It's too many
I
letters.
totally agree.
It's too many
I totally
letters.
agree. I do see both sides though. Like, I don't think I
I
would
do.
want a different last name than my kids. But I also see Travis's point, like, you're not gonna marry me, especially when they're in business, they're partners in a business together.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think she should probably take his name, but yeah, then the kids. But you know what? She's in such a good place with her ex, and they have his last name, so it's like, it's not like they don't have
I know.
any parents' last name,
No. No, I agree. I agree.
and
she'll
they're in a
figure it
good
out too.
place. She'll
She'll
figure
figure
it
it
out.
out.
But I do see both sides. I do see both sides.
So then we see this is this is really honestly what I'm here for this whole season. Heather goes over to her mom's house, and her mom has moved closer to be closer to Heather so that, like, she can help her out because she was all the way in New York. And I guess Heather's sister must be in California too, right? So Heather's trying to really make her mom accountable for not being there for her and her children when they were younger. But her mother is not having it. She's not having it at all.
She is not taking the bait.
Nope. Yep.
I
She's
mean,
like,
did you really bait your mother to be on camera to have this conversation with her?
I mean,
Carol does not play.
she does not play. She does not play. And I honestly, like, what did you think about how she looks? Again, we haven't seen her in a while. I was surprised. I really think that she's in her 80s, right?
She looks great.
I think she looks amazing. I mean, I
Mhm.
definitely see Heather in her for sure. I see
Mhm.
Heather's mannerisms in her, but the fact that Heather is trying to make her accountable for living her own life and not being involved in her life with her 4 children in California. I think I'm here for it because I feel like this is gonna be I feel like this is gonna be what's going on this season.
Well, it was like it was like a chess match.
Yes.
One would say
Yes.
something, the other would have a response. Then that one would say something, and this one had a response.
Yes, yes, you're right. Yeah, because her mother's like Heather's like, "Did she ever regret not being here when the kids were younger?" And her mother said, "Well, excuse me, we flew in for everything. Your father was working." And Heather said, "Dad retired when the twins were born." Which
Her
those are her
oldest.
oldest. Those are her oldest. And she's like, "Well, you had your own life." And Heather's like, "That's why you'd wanna come where we were." Heather's like, "I had 4 kids. I wanted 4 kids. Like, you wanted me to drag the kids to New York, all 4 of them?" And, I mean, I honestly I think Heather's 100% right, but if she really thinks that at this stage in her life, she's gonna get her mother to see that, like,
No
it
way.
it gives me, Bronwyn and Muzzy, right? Like,
God,
I
yes, yes,
right?
yes,
I
yes,
wanna see, like, after this season, I wanna see what happens when her mom sees this back.
yes.
I wanna see what
I don't
happens in season 21.
Yeah, I
I
don't
do,
think
I
she's gonna
really
be very
do.
effective. I don't think Carol is gonna give an F.
Well, I know, we're gonna have to wait and see. We're gonna have to wait and see. So Heather's having this big Valentine's Day party, and we find out all the things that she's having at this party. It's a $75,000 party, which, I mean, there's not a person on this planet that doesn't think that's ridiculous.
Mhm.
$75,000. I mean, that's insane.
It's insane, but you know what just hit me, and I'm so happy, we did not hear about any piece of real estate that Heather owns in this episode. So I feel like this season's off to a good start just with that alone.
Well, it's only one episode, and
I know,
I
and we
believe,
did hear
according
how
to
much the
Tamra,
party costs.
right, according to Tamra, she doesn't have residency in Orange County, so I don't think we're gonna hear too many much. No, she doesn't live in Orange County. She doesn't.
This is
Because
very interesting.
she has the 2 places in LA. You know, she had the penthouse, and I think she bought another one. At first, she was renting the other one, but I think she bought the other floor, the other apartment, too.
Yeah, so where does she stay in Orange County? Or she doesn't, she just comes in to film?
I don't know.
Because
Maybe
they
we'll find out.
had that, where
That was her
Terry's
mother-in-law's.
mother was. Right,
Right,
right.
right.
But didn't they have, like, a unit in there or something?
I don't know, we'll see.
Who
We'll have to wait and
knows?
see.
I'm
We're gonna
sure
have
we'll
to wait and
find
see.
out. I'm sure we'll
Yeah,
find
it's
out.
only the first episode.
Right.
So at this party, they have a perfume bar. They're having a real tattoo artist.
Nice.
They're having a merch bar where there's all different kinds of merchandise, and there's another place where you can go fishing for diamonds. Not to mention the big giant red bouncy house.
Yeah. Do you think she
Okay.
gets her party sponsored? Probably not. She probably
Well,
pays
I
for
mean,
all that.
I don't think we saw a single name, a single brand, did we?
There was one, but there was literally only one, and I forget what it was.
I don't think she does, to be honest with you. I really
I don't
don't,
think
because
she
I think
does either. I bet you she
there
pays
would
for
be
all
more
this.
branding. Yep, there would be more branding if she did.
Yeah.
So Jen shows up with her new friend Carmela. She is also a real estate agent, and Jen and Carmela used to they have the same hairdresser. So that's how Jen knows her.
I
And we
wonder if
find out that
Carmela tried on Tamra's extensions.
well, I don't think that they had the same hairdresser, but
No, but remember
Carmela,
Tamra
I know, I
accused
do.
Jen. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jen, yeah, yeah, because they must have had the same hairdresser. So, oh, you think it's maybe the same hairdresser from when Tamara had and Jen had the same? It could
Yeah,
be. It could
yeah.
be. Who knows?
I
I
know.
mean, anything's possible.
Mhm.
But we find out Carmela was a playmate. Like she was not in the actual mansion, but she lived across the street from the mansion,
Mhm.
which I
In
think
the
is
bunny
interesting.
house.
Yep.
Mhm. And she did not sleep with Hef.
Nope. Nope. Which, listen, good for you, because I don't know that I would have wanted any part of that. Mm-mm.
Good for
No,
you
thank
is
you.
right. Good for you is right.
So Tamara walks in and she sees Emily, and the first thing she says is, "Oh my God, look how skinny you are." And Emily's like, "Wait, you don't recognize me?" She's like, "No, I don't recognize you." Which, okay. I wrote down that the ladies looked beautiful in their red and pink. I did. I thought all the ladies did look beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Heather introduces her son, Nick Dubrow, because he's there because he's going to be the master of ceremonies for their party. Okay. What were your thoughts on that?
I think it's ridiculous. There's a bunch of fucking women in the room, and here comes Nick as the master of. Do we really need a master of ceremonies? I mean,
I know. He gives me young Terry vibes because he even came in and made some joke about his looks. Didn't he say something about his looks like Terry would have?
yes, he is
He's
a
his
little
father's
mini
son.
Terry. Yes.
He's his father's
Which
son.
I'm actually here for because I actually like Terry Dubrow.
I do too.
I like
and
him better
actually,
than his wife, that's for sure.
I like Nick. I think he's adorable.
Yeah.
And honestly, he's on Next Gen LA, and I can't wait for it to come out. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm not watching that either.
I know you're not. How about when Shannon arrives at the party and she has to get out of the car to put her dress on because she
gets
didn't want it to
dressed
get
outside of
wrinkled?
the car.
I know.
I mean, she doesn't even go in the bathroom. She's
No,
in the
she's
street.
putting her dress on because she didn't want it to get wrinkled. Remember that one time she was in the car, like trying to sit like this because she didn't want it to get wrinkled?
She was laying down.
I was like, oh my
Crazy.
God. And honestly, this is real Shannon. This isn't fake. This is real.
No, that I think is, for
This
sure.
is real.
For sure.
So there's an ice luge there. What did Carmela, what did she call it? She called it something else.
Ooge? I think she forgot the L. Huge?
I don't know what she said. She's like, I don't know. She was very confused by the whole thing.
Yeah. Heather corrected her.
Yeah. Then they're like, where's Vicki? Why isn't Vicki here? And we're thinking, I don't think Vicki was coming. And all of a sudden, Vicki arrives at the party. But we find out that between leaving Puerto Vallarta and arriving at this party, she had a cyst removed underneath her armpit.
Yeah, like,
And now she's bleeding.
Sat this one out. Yeah, it's so gross. Like, stay home.
Was like,
stay
my God.
home.
Like, what are you doing, Vicki? Like, what are you doing?
Ew. Stay home.
Carmela introduces herself to Vicki. I'm just here to see where this goes.
It's not going to be good. We know that.
I know it's not. I know. The ladies are doing Jell-O shots. I cannot remember the last time I did a Jell-O shot. Can you?
Yep. I was at
Oh, you do?
Francine's house with Liz, and it was a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Yep. And you know how I can't mix alcohols? Like,
Mhm.
I can't even go from red wine to white wine. I have to commit in the beginning of the evening. Well, Liz is the same way. And we were drinking wine, and then we did Jell-O shots, and we were shot.
Okay.
Francine's like, why am I not as drunk as you guys? I'm like, I cannot mix, and I know better. It was a rough night.
Did Francine do Jell-O shots too?
Yes, she is clearly the rock star out of the three of us
Okay.
because she was totally
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
But yeah, it was within the past couple of years.
All right. Let's see.
How about
So then
when
it
Heather
comes-
got all jacked up because Vicki said that they inherited their money? They did. They listen. I'm not taking anything away from Terry's plastic surgery business. I'm sure he's very successful. Not only that, he's been on Botched. He's been on this show. Like, obviously, the guy's made some good money. They've made incredible real estate investments. But there's no way you're telling me that his brother, the lead singer of Quiet Riot, which was a huge band in the 80s, didn't leave you some money.
It was so funny, too, because, Heather is standing 10 toes down with her. Both of our mothers are still alive. How did we inherit anything? And Vicki's like,
I'm sure his brother didn't
like,
leave everything to the mother. I'm sure he set her up extremely nicely and threw Terry Terry's kids. I mean, it's a ridiculous thing to think that he didn't do anything for them.
I know. I love that she said,
jacked
my husband worked at Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Remember when Terry was on The Two Eds and he talked about how he grew up and his brother becoming the lead singer of Quiet Riot and all that? He does have a very interesting background, Terry.
He does.
He's a good interview.
Honestly, I find like a lot of the husbands have a very interesting background. And I would like to maybe see a show of just the husbands.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
I would. But Vicki wasn't letting it go, especially in her confessional.
Nor should she.
No. Let's see. Next is Jen goes over to Tamra and tells Tamra while Gina is standing there, Heather said she put you in a box and she can compartmentalize her friendship with you. And the look on Gina's face, and Tamra's like, I appreciate you telling me this. And she gives her a hug. She's like, I totally appreciate this. And Heather walks up, and Tamara said she's going to want to talk about this later. I'm going to think about it. And she leaves. She gets her stuff and she leaves. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. I actually thought to myself, that is growth for Tamara. That's growth, that she did not react to that she did not flip out at Heather about that.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you think?
No, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I kind of I know that they're saying Heather's two-faced, but I feel like when Heather says she compartmentalizes her friendship with Tamara, I feel like she says that because Tamara has beef with most people most of the time. And if Heather doesn't have beef with Tamara, she can still be friends with Shannon, good friends with Shannon, knowing that Shannon can't stand the face, looking at Tamara's face. But she could still be friends with Tamara, and she could still be friends with Shannon. That's how I took Heather saying she compartmentalizes.
Yes.
I feel like Jen kind of repeated it. Maybe not repeated it, but Jen kind
Jen
of
stirred the pot. Jen totally stirred the pot.
100%.
She stirred the pot, and she was not there to be Heather's friend. And why she thought that was going to win her points with Tamara when she was friends with Tamara and she knows who Tamara is, it just kind of blows my
Yeah.
mind. Like, why are you
Yes.
going to pick this side? I mean, you were picking the wrong side here, Jen.
Yeah, and then she said something else. Okay. Well, first of all, Tamra tells Vicki that Gina and Heather are upset that they're friends. I don't think that's true.
No.
So there's lie number 1 for Tamra for season 20. But when Heather asked Jen what happened, Gina says she told her that you said you put her in a box. And Heather says you
Right.
told her that. And Jen says, I told her we all do. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. No, you did not. No, you did not.
You said Heather said she puts you in a box.
She puts you in a box, and she compartmentalizes your friendship. And you know what? I mean, there, like you said, it could be the way that you said it, like she does that, but it could also be that Heather knows who Tamara is because of their history, which is a word that everyone has a hard time with, right? They've been working together for a long time, so they have a long history together. Heather knows who Tamara is, and she accepts her for who she is. And that could be the box that she puts her in. Not that she agrees with it, but she accepts it, right? Like,
Right.
like, we probably all have certain friends that we don't agree with things that they do, but we know that this is who they are and this is what we're going to get with that friend. And we choose to be friends with them, knowing everything that comes with it. I would consider that putting that friendship in a box.
Right.
So,
because you know it's going to rub other people the wrong way, but it's
Right.
not going to affect your friendship with that person.
right. And I don't think there's
Mhm.
anything wrong with that. And I
No,
think
I
that
don't
needs
either.
to just be a mature conversation. And the fact that Tamara left and didn't have it in the middle of this party, yelling and screaming like a lunatic, is what I'm saying I think is growth for her.
Yeah. You're right.
So hopefully
You're right. Yeah.
hopefully it's going to be a conversation just between the two of them and they can work it out. That's what I'm hoping. But I'm glad season 20 is back and I'm looking forward
Me
to the
too.
rest of it.
Me too. Absolutely. Absolutely. It was a good first episode. Not a lot going on, but that's okay.
It is okay. And like I said, I'm here for Heather and her mom. I'm here for this whole season of it. I just can't wait to see what
I
it.
kind of am too.
I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, I kind of am too.
Because you know what? We've only seen this is why. The only thing we've seen from Heather Fancy Pants, who I like, is her wealth and her
Mhm.
picture perfect life,
Right.
right? And the house she's building and her champagne room and her champagne button and her plastic surgeon husband and her perfect children and this, like we've only seen that. I am here to see where Fancy Pants came from and how she wound up this way and like, I wanna see the other side of the curtain. That's what I'm here
Right.
for.
Me too. Absolutely. Me too. Because it's about damn time we're seeing something other than. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so until next time, thank you for watching and listening. Please subscribe and give us 5-star reviews. Bye.
Bye.